Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's available free on itch.io, and if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the most up-to-date version earlier, then go to their Patreon, $3 a month. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, Cynthia didn't sneak, but went into the sheriff's office when William was out and stole a couple of pages of information on her and the girls because, she doesn't trust William, which, yeah, fair enough. And then, us being just William and Nick, went to the miners' bar and got some information, like... We scratch that out. Seems like the CGCS employees, loyal to the company, don't even get along. Some favor James, some favor Briggs. And Sam needs to sleep more. Also, the staff at the hip turned a saloon in the middle of nowhere into the world-famous attraction. Also, the workers at the hip are the best source of information. I think there's also some part where it was, basically the rabbit doesn't get along with him. There was a fight, but I can't seem to find it right now. Yeah, anyways, let's make sure my face is alright. And continue. Not everybody might be able to afford the hip daily, but everyone's been here at least once. Ooh. And it's not the prostitutes who love the madame. It's not just the prostitutes. Mormons and Masetta? Matrixes and Marxists and capitalists, atheists and Protestants, suffragettes and starists? I don't know. Boo Moose boys and yes men conservatives. They might not break bread together, but they mingle in and out, day and night, under the uneasy solidarity of sex and socialization. It's 1 a.m., so it's 11 p.m. here. I walk up the stairs and go through the double doors. The powder room is fully active. It's kind of funny how Madame picked William as the religious guy, even though the most religious person in this game seems to be Sam. The first person I look for is the person I don't want to see. And I don't see her, for now. But I have no idea how long I'll have. I might have time to interview only one person. Cynthia is flitting to and fro nearly every single male in the room, starting conversations. Flitting. Evening, Cynthia. She gives me a look. Evening, Adler. Saw you coming back from the station today. And... just wondering what that was all about. You left in a bit of a hurry when you saw me walk through the door. It's hard to have a conversation with Sam when you're monopolizing him. The hell? It's crazy talk. Is it now? I've barely seen him at work now that he's running around town with you. He's a free agent. Funny how you're saying that. He told me, didn't you? He did what? It seems like that scares you. Because it does. Now, why is that exactly? I lowered my voice to a whisper. Because it could get him in deep trouble. Or maybe you're just scared that'll convince him that you're taking advantage of his fear. What the hell has gotten into her? You tell that story to somebody with loose lips, and you'll damn woman. You really think the word of one Mesta hooker is Meseta? Okay, is more trustworthy than a big shot sheriff? I thought you were supposed to be smart, Adler. God, she's really squeaky when she's mad. Squeaky? Yeah. If you use him like you use the rest of this brothel, and then leave him to rot, you'll take some damage. She's never been this brazen with me before. I'm not doing any of that. Are you kidding me? His habits are completely different now. I don't believe for a second that you aren't influencing him to stay with you. Calm yourself. I'm just trying to teach him to protect himself for once in his life. What does that have to... What he does with that is up to him. But he's not safe being on his own yet. There are things going on that you don't know about. She holds up a digit. I'll give you one chance, Adler. One. If you fuck him up, I'll promise I'll find some way to make you pay. One chance is all I need. Don't you dare make me regret this. I take a deep breath as she walks away. Sam needs to sleep more. Maybe Cynthia does too. I bet they could all use like a little vacation. Shit. I wonder who pissed in her grits this morning. Hey, you have to pay extra for that. I got to shake this off. I'm here for a reason besides Sam tonight. Too many people point me in this direction for me to ignore that. The first thing I see is Harlan serving drinks. Dora's on the couch, watching me ever since I entered the room. The only other person who'd be easy to access is Ethel, sitting along on the couch. Now, who would be the most useful to talk to? I have no idea. I don't know who Dora is, or Ethel. Harlan would probably have the most knowledge, but also he does seem a bit tight-lipped, but he also doesn't like the Ram, so he might be able to give us information on that. Cynthia is more talkative, though I'm not sure how much she knows, besides what she already said. Let's try Harlan. Hopefully this isn't one of those things where I can pick the right and the wrong thing. Hopefully it's a bit more of a flavor text thing, you know? Harlan Perkins. Might I have a word? He looks at Dora, who... Wait. She's Dora? Who swirls the contents of her glass, then looks back at me. Oh, I want to talk with her then. Could I talk? Hopefully I can talk with everybody, you know? I kind of like games where you can just do all the things. But he seems to have the most connection. Hopefully his lips are a bit loose, if you must, Sheriff Adler. I do have a job to do, so we're on the clock. I'll try not to keep you long. Might we use your office, madame? Or ma'am? Is it necessary? Go ahead. The last thing we need is both of you putting a damper on the atmosphere. Much appreciated. I lead the way to Dora's office, and I close the door behind us. Now what's the meaning of this? I shrug and put up my hands. Don't need to be so defensive, Mr. Perkins. I'm on a case, and it might be helpful if you could answer a few questions. Might a man feel indignant when he's shaken down by the law? That's not the situation, Mr. Perkins. I'm asking you questions, all peaceful-like. Helping me helps you if there's any trouble in our community. And I'm in trouble now? Is that it? He sure is dancing around anything I ask him. He throws out a hell of a lot of questions to statements I don't make. Helene is a bit suspicious. I hear you don't get along with Mr. Hendricks so much. Is that true? He stands on the shoulders of giants and makes problems for better men. Huh? He didn't even bother to deflect that one. It came out a little more heated than I expected. What sort of problems? He brings the wrong sort of people into the town. That's true. He brought in me, for example. I wonder how Harlan feels about, Cliff. We need sturdy, practical men, not dreamers and idealists. Men who can rear a family and keep their noses to the grind. Those kinds of men are backbones of society, and we serve them. Men like you, for instance. You're more familiar with a pistol in your hand than a cocktail glass. You're making me swoon, Mr. Perkins. But you're digging yourself an impressive hole. Do you know anybody else who might share these views on the type of riffraff James drags into town? Far more folks than you think. So you aren't naming names. You have a grudge against James and the people he hires, and you have constant contact with Dora. That's very interesting. Harlan has a grudge against James and his regular access of Dora's information, most of Dora's information. How could you describe your relationship with Mr. Hendricks? I serve him drinks and redirect his drudgery when he flummoxes patrons in the bar area. Drudgery? Does that create a lot of problems at the bar? The hare uncrosses his arms. When the other patrons like him, they love him. It's the staff he tends to flummox. Have you ever seen his business partners come into the saloon together? Maybe for a drink or company lunch? They do, from time to time. And do any of them seem to dislike one another? He tends to keep them isolated, so they don't really know each other. By the way I phrased that question, I didn't expect him to know anything, but he did. Huh. I think that's all I have to ask for now, Mr. Perkins. Was it so urgent that you had to pull me away on the clock? Urgent enough, by my standards. Thank you for your time. It's precious, so don't squander it. Let's return to the powder room, shall we? Please let me be able to interview more than just the one guy. When I get back to the powder room, I check my watch. Shit, it's already been half an hour. I keep coming back here every so often for reports. But for now, I think I've lingered long enough. Damn it. It's like, what else do we got to do? I don't think there was anything, though I guess we just came back after the night. Wow, that is loud. Maybe I should put like something underneath this thing to dampen stuff. I could probably test that. I mean, there are little pads, but not very well. Do you want to keep on that track or double back? Because I think we already know, but if it's not recorded, then we don't know now. Bugger. Because who else would we have? There's like Dora, Cynthia, and then other person. Just a quick look. Who is the other person, anyways? Who's Ethel? Oh, that one. Would be kind of interested to look at the other things. But let's just keep with that. Skip-a-rama. Safe thing I can do now is look for Sam. He talks to the girls, and I don't have to be out in the open to reach him. If he's not with a client, he's going to be by himself. Odd thing is, his door is open when I get to his room. Samuel? Nobody answers, which is strange. Sometimes he stalks a bar at night when nobody's there anymore. Nick found him drunk there once, after downing a whole glass of absinthe. I don't know how strong that is. He won't make that mistake again. As I go downstairs and turn the corner, I hear somebody rattling around. Back so soon, Will? Who's Haiti? Shit. Oh, wife, son. I see Haiti step out from behind the corner. I didn't even want to see her, but there she is. Still as bright as spun gold, and she's back there, as she was back there. But just a bit more frayed around the edges. Are you ready to talk yet? Or are you just going to yell some more, like a big old baby? Ain't much to talk about, is there? You're in danger here. I keep getting told that I'm in danger everywhere, Will. If not here, then it's the city. If not there, then it's any city in the north. Fact of the matter is, The whole wide world is a pretty dangerous place for a single mother. You had a support system there. There were people who could protect you and Andy. It was cramped and dirty. And it was expensive, Will. I would have sent you money if you asked. Maybe I didn't want your money. If not mine, then whose? She pulls a lighter and a cigarette from her pocket. She's trembling as she struggles to light it. She always did have frail hands. I'm paying my own way from now on. Besides, Andy's past the age for alimony. Mr. Hendricks needs a house cook. I already took the position. Don't do it. The man's a two-faced pervert. Aren't you too? She takes a drag from her cigarette. No. I told you the truth. It would have been wrong to stay together that way. We built a life together, and you put a child in me. I'm sorry I couldn't be the woman you wanted me to be. All these years, and she still doesn't get it. I cared about you a lot. And you still look good. So then, what was the goddamn problem, Will? It's useless to retread this. So then we won't. Hendricks told me you reached out to him. Is that true? Only after I already arrived. You moved here before speaking with Hendricks? In truth, the reason I'm here is because I'm worried about you, Andy. About Andy. Why worry about him? He wants to join the army, Will. What's wrong with that? I served my country in my own way. And look where it got us. My job had nothing to do with what happened to us. You're just going to have to trust me on that. I just don't think it's a good idea for him to go into the military. What's with happening in the world right now? Was it the 1980s? No, wait, the 1800s. Like, you don't think World War I is anywhere close yet. At least for servicemen. I mean, I would think it would be, you know, the United States military versus the Native Americans. He needs a strong male influence in life to get him straight. Then you definitely don't want me involved. I'd probably encourage him to go. And why the hell would you do that? If the draft comes around, he might not have a choice. Better to get a head start on an officer position than get dragged into as a foot soldier with everyone else, right? I don't want to think about that possibility. You might have to. She drops her cigarette into a glass of water. Shit! I plug one from my pocket and hand it to her. She takes it. Then I light it for her. I don't want to lose him how I lost you. I told you before. You didn't lose me, Hattie. I was never yours in the first place. That's supposed to make me feel better or something? It's just the truth. I'm sorry, there ain't any rhyme or reason to it. She exhales. I've been having all sorts of bad feelings, Will. Bad? How? Feelings like I'm being watched. Yeah, don't be an echo. There's at least 2 people I know that are affected by whatever the fuck's going on here. Okay, like, there's Echo, which has the main character, and then probably there's other characters that have something. And then there's Sam in this game, and then maybe William, because you saw 2 people cross the bridge. Who are ghosts. Anyways, or there's always somebody waiting around the corner for me. Like those months when we were stalked. It's like they're back again. Or more like they never stopped. I've been feeling the same way, but I don't know if it's helpful or not to tell her right now. How did you know how to contact Mr. Hendricks? A letter. What was the return address? Didn't have one. Do you still have it? She lowers her paw into her purse at the side and unclasps the copper buckle. Then, she slips her hand inside. She pulls out an envelope with a sliced opening and hands it to me. I pull out the letter and read it. Some photographs are taped to it too. What's this? That one is the inside of my apartment. The inside of my bedroom where I sleep. Somehow, some way, James made this happen. Kill that man. But wouldn't leaving his own phone number incriminate himself? I don't think he sent the letter. But I bet it's his fault, some way, somehow. Can you just look after our son if something happens to me, Will? Oh, don't say that! This is a video game. Next thing you'll say you're like a week from retirement. Don't. That's all I'm asking. There's a big ass caddy. 80? Please. I've got to go. Call me at the station if you don't feel safe. She's saying something as I go out the back door to the saloon, but I block it out. I can't be mad at her if she's coerced into coming here. But I know there are other places she should go and other people she could go to. On Monday. Oh, it's the sun. I thought I saw you stalking out here. Good eyes, good ears. I'm not surprised. Guess I ought to learn how to tread even light around here from now on. Save your breath. It's your fucking fault. We're in the middle of goddamn desert now. Lord have mercy. Where to start? First of all, groom your whiskers better. They're gonna look like shit until your mid-20s. Oh, fuck off. I guess that's his facial hair. Second, what your mom does is her business. I know that you work. Somebody's gotta stay with her and support her. It's not you. He still thinks he can pull this out on me. That so? What's this I hear about running off to the military then? Don't use that tone with me like you're my paw. Well, I am. But if that's not good enough for you, then just think of me as a concerned third party. You don't know what concern even is. Cut the crap, Andy. You sign up or not. A man's meant to know what to do with a gun in his hands. I feel more of my breath escape me. You'd better knowing how to trim first, Andy. I told you to cut that out. If you really want to enlist, then you should do it. Better to regret a choice you made yourself than to regret a choice somebody else made for you. It hurts a lot less. Will you promise to keep Ma safe if I do? I'm not gonna lie here. No. What do you mean, no? Exactly what I said. This place isn't safe, and I told her not to come. I'll protect her then. I'll do it with my own 2 hands. It's more than you've ever done. You have no idea what I've been going through to protect your mom, and you probably never will. Now you listen, and listen good. There are people who are absolutely here who absolutely will murder you and your mother if you let them get close. She said that she's here for other reasons, but she's concerned without a doubt. If you really care about her, then you'll buy her a ticket out of town. That's not gonna work. She'll do whatever you say if you don't enlist. It's okay, Will. I'm a warrior. You are nothing of the sort. Now go inside before I beat your ass. It's not safe after dark. Pussy. Fuck you just say? Pussy. He slams the door. Well, goddamn. That boy is in over his head. Maybe the military would do him some good. Will? Sam, what are you doing out here right now? Just catching up on old business. Fair enough. I'm the one who lives here, though, so stop looking at me like I'm suspicious. I'm not suspicious. At least not of you. What kind of that was my kid back there. Seemed prickly. Hardly surprising, I suppose. You see the myths too? Ex-myths, but yes. More to the point, whenever they're close by, there's no telling who else is. Let's get back to the station, quickly. I feel like this could be a scene that's a bit longer than 5 minutes, or 4.5 minutes. So one thing I do want to do, and why is my thing turning, is check out what the other things might be. Because I would be most interested, you know? And it should be quick. It's a soon, Sheriff. Duty calls, ma'am. Your office? Very well. I'm just gonna, like, speed read this-ish. But once we're alone in her office, she gives me her classic glare. Could you please do me a favor of keeping this meeting short? Like your prick. It's the start of a week, and it's already been a long day. Any information your girls can collect on James will be helpful to have. Good heavens. Is this just another dick-waving contest between you two? Ma'am, no. I have reason to believe somebody's targeting him, by targeting one of his valued employees. Well, there's not a whole lot to know now about him that you don't know already, is there? He fucks a lot of my girls, and wants to bed Samuel too. Ooh. And you're still blocking that, right? I prioritize him last, but he's persistent, so he's bound to get a booking one of these days. Don't be surprised when he becomes brazen enough to ask Sam himself. Why do you care so much about that anyway? I don't. Just think it's funny. Now you better keep up with the price tag if you think that's so funny. I pay him well in advance, don't I? You slip up sometimes, but regardless of that, I'm sorry that I don't know much more, unless you want very niche specifics, and even then, I couldn't promise to know. The man's tiresome. Is there anything else? Oh shit, I got nothing. I think so for now. Powder room. I read the woman well. Check watch. Okay. One more thing, Cynthia. She turns me on the balls of her heels and stares me down. What? If you really do care about Sam and the people in this town, I could use your help with the current case. I'm not interested in any of your crackdowns. Luckily, the room is full of crowd enough to drown out our voices. It's murder, Cynthia. She lowers her voice too. Another? I nod. Can tell me anything. I mean anything about James Hendricks. Well, I hate the man's guts. He buys up Meseta land as quick as he can, and for much lower than its value, and then families have to turn to the reservation. She looks for some reason happy about that. I'm like, yeah, he buys up land. So it's personal for you. I decided a long time ago that I'd rather sell my body than let another man like that take away my freedom. He's a client I will never take. I saw earlier that you had Mr. Tibbets as a client. Mr. Tibbets. Oh, so does that mean the Stoat and her? You ever talk Hendricks or his own business? Talk Hendricks or his own business partners? Or maybe he named some folks who don't like him? Not really, aside from the men who heard him earlier. He asked me more about my life. Then he talked about himself. And then he asked if I could braid some of his fur. Then he asked like it was a special Mesa braid. But I was just honest and told him it's how Lucy makes Chila bread. Chila bread? Yikes. Oh, don't give me that look. He's just another man. Most of you have a bad habit of becoming overfamiliar too soon. It doesn't bother me that much because I never let it go too far. I guess that all comes to mind. Thank you for your time. So I guess I picked right when I picked mine. Because it's Cynthia doesn't like him, but He buys up land and wants to fuck everybody. He wants to fuck everybody. She doesn't have much information. Let's see if Ethel has anything. Probably not. Evening, man. Or maybe she might. I don't know. There's only two choices. She does or she don't. Talking to little old me. Talking to everybody else, am I? You got a big mouth. I like to see that mouth to action. I wonder if that applies to the rest of you. Whoa. Slaying a bit on thick, isn't she? I'm not interested in your cunt, ma'am. Oh, wait a minute. You're the fucking sheriff, aren't you? Oh, God fucking damn it. Of course you are. What do you want? I want to see and ask some questions, all. Then hand over some money. This ain't charity. Easy enough. And her few dollars. But you still isn't pleased. What, you think that's all I'm worth? I'm not exactly paying by the hour now, am I? It gives me another shitty smirk. I can tell him James Hendricks. I can tell you plenty. He's good, he pays well, and he can definitely manage to make me climax. It's not the sort of information I'm looking for, ma'am. And why not? I bet you're one of those sorts who finishes and then rolls over and falls asleep. And still take your money, though. This work for me if you're asleep. They're not paying me enough for this. Anything else? Well, he gives my cunt a fantastic cleaning. Charming. Oh, I'm sorry. You're suddenly expecting me to become prude? We're in a brothel, Sheriff. Or you're not getting shy because you haven't tried it? I'm not much interested in discussing that, ma'am. Don't like cunts. You know, I always suspect a man to be a fairy until they can prove they're not afraid to go down south. Probably true. So, do you have a pulse after all? Started wishing I hadn't. Starting to think I was talking to a man made out of ice. But deep down, there's always something that gets you man hot, like a dick. Look straight in the eye. You know, you think that you're slick, ma'am, but it's just slobber. She starts blinking at me. Clean yourself up. She starts to shake, then puts out her cigarette. Hurry back to your station so you can masturbate, pig. I wish I could tell her I jerk off plenty. It's free, and besides, men know how to make it feel good, better than a woman can anyway. We're the ones who know what a cock feels like after all. So I guess I picked the right one, because at least, I'm not sure about afterwards, but, you know, it says this right here. Unless Cynthia seemed to give me some information. Oop, pause. Oh, yeah, that was there. Oh, my face. My beautiful face. But yeah, and this Let's Play. So please comment, cuz like, comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like me, YouTube, and like see grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that grow. Please remember to spay your animals to control the pet population. And if you like this game in one plate, it's free on channel. And if you want to support them and or get the newer versions earlier, Patreon, $3 a month. And until next time, well, let's play me, GamerWolfSix, the smoke room. So thanks and see ya.